Welcome, everyone, to this edition of Talented Universe. Sadly, I think one of our Facebook's links, at least one of them, is not working. So hopefully no one's on the Facebook link and our YouTube links are fine. So welcome, everyone. It is the 12th of January in 2026. And I'm going to go to my good buddy, Marcia. Marcia, I see you have changed your background for the new year.
I had my Christmas lights up and I said, "Hey, wait, okay, it's January now. I have to change." So I have my Happy New Year. Happy
Yay!
New
That
Year.
is great.
Yeah. And I am 2026. Okay. And I'm going to say it maybe one more time. Where is my flying car? I
And
want
I've
it.
already told you where it is, Marcia. I took it. I'm deciding when I'm going to give it to you. So there you go.
Yeah, but welcome everybody, and I'm so pleased to welcome our special guest today, Eric Brody. Hi, Eric.
What's up? Happy to be here, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and first off, I see your gorgeous background there, and you are, as I am, in Florida, I believe.
Currently in Florida. Yep, in Florida for a few more days and then back to work on the next project.
Oh man, and the world of verticals moves so fast. And sometimes I know actors don't get enough, really a whole lot of time to prep for their next project. So, are you starting something new?
Yeah, starting something new. I will touch on that. I mean, sometimes for these verticals, you kind of get like a few days sometimes, and you got to either fly across the world or from state to state. Luckily for this one, coming off of the holidays, I've had about 2 weeks to prep for this one, which is long in the vertical world.
Wow.
Um, so I mean,
Yeah.
I just use all that time for preparation and stuff for the
Yeah.
character. So I am extremely excited to dive in this role.
Yeah. And we know that you're an actor, we know that, but you're also a model and an athlete. So, right off, I'm going to jump into the Wayback Machine a little bit. I love the Wayback Machine. And, now, you grew up in Florida, is that right?
Yeah, born and raised in Florida.
Okay. And have an athletic family.
This is correct. I played soccer most of my life, come from a soccer family, but I mean, as long as I can remember, I was playing all sorts of sports. I mean, ever since I can walk, my parents put me in soccer. And then, I mean, growing up in school and stuff like that, it was basketball, football,
Hmm.
recently a little bit of boxing and fighting. So all sorts of sports.
Okay, boxing, that can be kind of a little hazardous for an actor, huh?
It can. I don't spar as much. Usually it's just me in the bag, and the bag has not hit me back yet, which is good. So I'm undefeated against the bag. But yeah, I mean, I don't really get into like sparring fights where it could damage the
Hmm.
face or damage the brain.
Right. And I understand your brother is a pro soccer player.
Yes, he's a professional soccer player in the MLS. Right now, he's based out of Utah, Salt Lake City, Utah.
So are you all excited for the upcoming? I'm not totally a soccer fan. I am a professional football and baseball fan, but there are some exciting things happening in the world of soccer here in the U.S.
Oh my gosh, incredibly excited! And the World Cup coming to the States is going to be extremely excited. So still hoping that I can get some tickets to that.
All right. Well, maybe since you have some an in there, you'll be able to get some tickets for
Hopefully,
for
hopefully,
yeah,
that'd be
yeah.
pretty sweet.
Mhm. So we're here most likely to talk about your vertical experience. However, I first saw you in a movie on Passion Flicks, actually, called Lick. And when I saw that you were going to be on, I said, "Oh, I've seen this movie before," and I went and I watched it again. So how was that project for you?
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for watching. Honestly, that was a sweet project. Passion Flix is an amazing team to be a part of, and I mean, just to be a part of a series that already had such a large fan base with Kylie Scott's book series, and then diving into the movie side of things, living that out as a rock star, the lead singer of a rock star band. It's something that I never thought I'd ever be on stage and stuff in my life. However, being an actor takes you across all sorts of different playing fields. And I mean, that's an experience I'll forever remember. I mean, fingers crossed that we make the others.
Yeah. Tosca Musk is somebody who I'd followed before because she's had many other movies. Some of hers that I like are Cinderella Christmas. I like rom-coms, and as well, and also A Kind of Magic. So her point of view is quite encompassing and enthralling. And your role as Jimmy is something that we kind of want to follow after the movie too. Have you
Definitely.
had some? Uh,
I mean, fingers crossed that we can make the others. Jimmy was one of my favorite characters to sort of dive into. I mean, there's still 3 more books in the series. We've only done the first movie.
yeah.
So I mean, living out the rest of our love stories in the band would be a
Mhm.
joy.
Tell me about that, the working with the band, because you're not a musician, really.
This is correct. We did have a sound guy that helped us out with, like learning a little bit of guitar, sort of feeling the vibe on stage. And I mean, in one of the performances, we actually filmed in a very large Atlanta amphitheater, and we had a bunch of extras that were also passionistas in the crowd. And I mean, we were sort of
Oh,
feeding off that energy. So I mean, even being out there on stage, it's like you don't really think about what you're gonna do. It's kind of just you're just overtaken. Um, you're overtaken into the song, and I mean, it was just living truth for all of us. We looked at each other
mhm.
after that song, and we were like, "Damn, like that was sweet." We kind of just wanted to do more and more and more takes. But the director Louis, she looked at us. She was like, "Yeah, you guys nailed it." And I mean, it was the first one, so I mean, the rest after that was just for play.
Mhm. And for fun, you have a scene where you kind of take a fall.
Yeah, yeah. That scene actually, I did. It was quite a lot of takes actually because there were a lot of people involved in that scene. So I mean, yeah, it was just sort of falling over and over and over again. That was obviously after the show, and my character had a history of drug and alcohol abuse. So I mean, that was
Yeah.
like just completely just fell unconscious in the middle of everything. So that was fun. That was fun.
And later I'm going to ask, well, I might as well ask now about your stunts because in some of your other verticals and projects, you've done some pretty intense stunt work. Is that something you had done before and brought to the scene, or is that something you learned on set?
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, like I grew up outdoors and just like messing around with my friends all my life, doing all sorts of reckless stuff. That growing up when I was young, my mom was not always a fan of. But I mean, now on set, I feel like I don't know, like I definitely always want to be able to do my own stunts, but it's more so just like the truth of the character. And I mean, I feel like just like living out the entirety of the scene, doing my own stunts just make me live in the moment that much more. And I mean, a lot of the stunts that sometimes are even in verticals aren't something that you sort of like plan beforehand. It's like you just get overtaken by the moment and sort of whatever happens, happens. And hopefully the camera captures it.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, I'm going to go to Michael because we have some people in the chat and I know they want to communicate with you.
Yeah,
Cool.
you got. Did you just get attacked by one of the
Along with
creatures?
the squirrels.
Yeah, I was. I
They're
went. Where did
over
that
here.
squirrel go to? Yeah,
Yeah, these are my friends. Yep. What's up,
yeah.
Your
guys?
friends. I love
Paid
it.
extras, right? Yeah,
Paid
Love
yeah,
it.
extras, of course.
yeah. Okay. We've got some people just wanted to say hi and stuff like that. Justin Field says, "I'm a fan of Eric. It's nice to meet him." And then
What's
we
up, Justin?
got Samantha Kavanaugh says, "Hi, Eric. Looking good." And then we have Carrie Thurber says, "Hi, Eric." And Justin has a question for you. Hopefully, you remember these characters. Justin wants to know, who do you relate to more, and who would you rather be friends with, Sebastian or Jimmy,
Oh my.
or neither?
I mean, I would say from what you guys have seen, most likely neither. However, when I'm playing the characters, I never like to judge the characters when I'm playing them. However, after we wrap, after we film, I can sort of look at them and have empathy for them. And I think especially Jimmy, towards the end of the movie, he got himself in rehab and he came out a bit
Mm,
of a changed man. Obviously, looking back at um, the troubles that he caused, and obviously if you know more about the Stage Dive series, I'm not going to dive too much into it because I don't want to give anything away in case you want to read it. But he is a changed man. With obviously, he still has a lot of problems. And as far as Sebastian goes, obviously that was a very treacherous role, the treacherous character to live out. However, I do look at him with, a lot of empathy. Sometimes we're all guilty of it. We're all very consumed in the problems of our own lives, and sometimes you just want to be able to, or you should just look in the mirror and realize that there's a big accountability thing. So I can look at both of them and have empathy.
There you go. And I've got someone saying hi from Turkey, and I'm not sure how you do that name. Bagumakat, I don't know, but thank you for joining us from Turkey.
Thank you.
So far, you're the furthest one away so far.
So far.
Nice.
So I'm gonna go on and talk to you a little bit. You kind of brought one of them up, but boss, your executive secretary has resigned. What got you? What motivated you in that one? When you saw the script, did you go, "Oh, this is interesting," or did you just go, "I don't know why he's acting like that"? I mean, what was your thought process when you had to kind of define the character yourself?
Yeah, definitely. I think the first time I was reading that, it popped out. I mean, especially in the verticals, I love playing characters that are complex, and the first time you read them, you honestly sometimes have no idea. It's like I like characters that take a lot of time to sort of learn sort of what's going on inside their head. And I mean, that film particularly was a character where obviously he was being pulled a bunch of different ways. And he would never spend time with himself and actually contemplate what's going on, which is what I do a lot in my personal life. So that was sort of the opposite of me, which really excited me to dive into.
Yeah, and the way it was like, his original girlfriend was pretending, and it kept enforcing it. And it's like, you're right. He just didn't take a moment to think things through.
100%. Everything was external. There's everything going on around him. He was just so quick to believe what was happening rather than just having a little bit of, quiet time to sort of contemplate what's actually going on, which was actually a joy to play.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I can imagine that gave you a little bit more meat, as they say, of the character that you can go by. And obviously, those birds do not like that character. I can tell. I mean, they are voicing their opinions very loudly.
They are.
But anyway, let me go and see. Bongo Girl 1973 says, "You are an extraordinary actor. I love to watch your verticals."
Thank you very much. Much love.
And then I better do this one before I go back to Marsha, because she says, "I am Ilara." Martin says, "I loved your performance in it." I'm just talking about what we were just talking about with Bosch, your executive secretary is quit, resigned. So, Marsha, I'll go back to you for a few minutes, and I'm going to organize the rest of these comments. So.
Okay. Well, for the chat, we have a nice group in the chat. I want to ask them. Eric is wearing something that might be familiar. So is there anybody who can figure out what it is?
Whoa, put it in the chat room if you can figure out what that is.
Meanwhile, I'm going to go back to the Wayback Machine a little bit. You were in a movie, a series, Minx. That's it's on your IMDb. Now, you were in an episode of that, which is a series about the a woman's magazine, sort of like Playgirl, kind of in the 70s type thing, which I had also watched before you decided to come on the show. So how much did you know about that era? You're obviously way too young for that era itself, but did you know about
No, not much at all. I took a little bit of research to learn about that era.
Well, it's kind of an interest. It was an interesting time where women's lib and that kind of stuff started coming to the front, and women started taking ownership of their own, feelings and emotions. And Playgirl magazine had come out, and so it was kind of a back and forth. So it was a kind of a nice nostalgic look at that time period. Before you were in that, did you do a bit of research about that, or just go ahead and play your part and have that interesting experience?
I'm a little bit of both. I did obviously go on and obviously play my part. There's obviously research of the show that I
Mm-hmm.
was going to be like the world I was going to be diving into, and then yeah, I mean, I think for all my roles, I think preparation is what um, I test everything. I never want to go in there and have no idea of the world that I'm going to be living in. Each project is obviously vastly different. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that was a project where even just like the verticals, that everything relies on the preparation to figure out where I'm going to be living for that set amount of time.
Yeah. What about creating a backstory for some of your characters before you step on the set?
Yeah,
Did
I mean, that's something that, sorry to cut you. Yeah, I do for pretty much every single character, especially the more complex ones.
mm-hmm.
Um, I think leading up to a character, I just want to be able to find a way in. That way, whenever you're there for day one, for the very first scene when the director yells action, you're sort of already living as the character. I never want to get to a point where you step onto the set the first time and really have no idea kind of where your character came from, your
Mm-hmm.
character's origin, and stuff like that. I also think it's a part of my job to do it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but also, I think the most important thing is to display truth of the character, of the world that they're living in, and a backstory. Thinking character thoughts. I like
Mm-hmm.
to journal as the character would,
Mm-hmm.
just to sort of kind of find my way in.
Mm-hmm. Now, one of the fun, which I call a comedy vertical that you were in, was Cinderella's Royal Secret, which was a lot of fun for me to watch. And yeah, tell us about that vertical.
Yeah, I mean, if you like rom coms, that's definitely right down your alley.
Yeah.
And we shot that one in China. Kaylin, the
Ah,
actress who played Lily in that one, she was extraordinary to work with. Obviously,
funny.
she was a goofball in that one, which was a lot of fun. Then obviously, my character was Mr. No Emotion, Mr. Stoic,
Right.
and was just looking at her like a pig in a barnyard type of thing. And I mean, she absolutely killed that role. So I mean, even watching that one back, I was laughing throughout that. So that was a fun one to dive into.
It seems like there was a lot of fun on the set.
Oh my gosh, incredible! The cast was awesome. Even actor Anthony, he's from Australia. He played the villain in that one.
Darvel.
Yeah, yeah, he's one of my best friends in the space actually. So we all clicked so well. I mean,
Hmm.
the chemistry was there. It was so much fun to film, and
Hmm.
I think a lot of that you can kind of look at the film afterwards, and it all makes sense why the chemistry was clicking.
We've had Anthony on the show actually too.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy.
Yeah, and you said you filmed that in China.
In China, yep, other side of the world.
Was that your first time in China?
That was my first time in China. After that one, I've been back. I've been back a couple times. I mean, I filmed in like eight different eight different cities, like
Oh
eight different
wow.
little Chinese villages throughout China. So, I mean, that's just with the vertical world, like the luxury is that they film all across the world. So, I mean, they take you to some beautiful places. You meet some beautiful people and a bunch of different beautiful cultures. And I mean, that's the amazing thing about this world that we're living in.
Yeah, yeah. What about the food? Was there something that you sampled of the food in China that was interesting for you?
Oh, there was a lot of interesting things. Pig brain was pretty big out there in one of the cities. Um, there's also a lot of like hot pot. They're really big on spices and stuff like that. And I mean, it was like I'm all for spicy food, but some of that stuff was eating like it was straight lava how hot it was. It was yeah, it was not okay. It was so spicy. I mean, a lot of them are used to it, but I mean, anywhere you go, there's going to be some interesting things. There's going to be some tasty things. So it
Mm-hmm.
was all good.
Did you, when you go, you've been to many places already all over the world. Is there something that you bring home with you? Do you tend to take home a souvenir, perhaps?
Yeah, sometimes I get like a bunch of little trinkets and stuff like that. Sometimes, I mean, uh, if there's a cool wardrobe piece that kind of stood out to me as my character, sometimes I try and ask for something like that. But I mean, mostly it's all inside here. It's all just memories. It's all
Yeah. And in your
looking
heart,
back.
maybe.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. I mean, that stuff I'm going to carry for all my life.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes possessions are just something that they're going to come and go, but
Yeah.
the stories that I have in my mind are special.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, that's kind of a good segue back to what you're wearing. So I don't see anybody in the chat yet, but
No,
Come on,
nobody.
guys.
I'm
What's going on?
surprised. Should we wait
Come
Nobody.
a little
on.
bit more? I mean, do we have to have him model it for you? I mean, he's doing a good job right
I might have to hit some poses. I don't know what you want me to do here.
now. But
Maybe
also,
maybe they. No, I'm not
uh,
going to ask you to do that. I promised myself I'd never ask people to do that. I was going to say maybe if you got into the character that you wore it.
Oh, that was an intense one. I might end up throwing my camera in this ocean behind me for that one.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's why I said I don't think that's a good hint right there though. So
There you go.
maybe that'll do it.
Subtle hint. Yep, subtle hint.
yeah.
So do you
Well,
want me to
Give
go
him
to
more
a
time.
few more, Marcia, and then come back to you, or do you want to continue?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. This is from Ilara Martin. She goes by Italian Vertical Lover, also, and that's probably how you know her.
Oh yeah.
I love his amazing facial mimicry. Sometimes he needs to be dead serious in very absurd situations. I would say in the few verticals that I've seen you're in, that's an understatement. Absurd. I think it goes above absurd sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of these verticals take the tropes down wild rabbit holes, and I mean it gets a bit crazy out there. Definitely.
Yeah. Now, so far in your journey that you've had, what has been a set that you have had the most fun in for whatever reason? Either you've met a lot of really good new friends, you just love the script, you like the people, you love the behind the scenes people, or have you got several of them that stand out and you really can't narrow it down to one?
I mean, I 100% have several of them. I think going back to the Passion Flick set in Atlanta, playing Jimmy in Lick was obviously incredibly special. The two leads in that one came from Australia, and I mean, everyone just had such a joy in their character, and we knew what we were getting into with it because it was already such a big book series. So I think that set was awesome, and I mean, playing a lead singer of a rock band, you're not gonna get much higher than that. But I think also what I was getting a lot of messages after playing Sebastian and after I died, he went mad. Making sure that like I was okay and stuff like that, which I'm very grateful for. My fans are super loving. And, I love them. I love the support. But also like that one, as intense of a character as it was, and as treacherous as it was, like it was one of the most fun times I've had because I was just extremely locked in. And I mean, looking at it afterwards, I can look at it with a smile on my face, with 100% zero regrets. And I mean, it was a joy to bring that intense of a character and play it with as truthful as I possibly could. So the feedback from that one has been awesome.
Also, going on with that character, I mean, I didn't know if she was still alive or not. I mean, it was like it was just messing with my brain the entire time, and I just got to not think about this and just sit back and wait and see what really happens.
Right.
But did I expect the crazy ending? I'm not going to spoil it for people if they haven't seen it, but that ending got me.
Yeah.
It got me. I mean, I was not expecting that. I think it was mainly because I really didn't expect that in a vertical from all the other verticals that I've seen. As Marcia has said many times, verticals are evolving and they are not like what they started out to be in the US. We're getting a lot more diversity and totally different script that we don't expect. But are you enjoying that with the new scripts coming and
Oh
kind
my
of?
gosh. Yeah, 100%. I mean, a lot of like the verticals, especially as they were starting out, can sort of blend together. I mean, a lot of them were the classic rom coms, and I think they're still
Yes,
going to be making them because everyone loves a good rom com.
everybody loves a
Like
rom
they're,
com.
of
Yeah,
course, yeah, they're not going anywhere. They're a joy to watch. But I mean, I think when you do want to sort of evolve the space, I mean, everything's evolving. If it's not evolving, then it's dying. So I think
yes,
it has to evolve in one way or another. And I mean, a character like that with that intense of an ending obviously popped out to me as an actor. One, because it
Yeah.
was extremely different, and I think that is a testament to the success that vertical drama did have, because it was obviously so different, and you rarely see that in the vertical world. Obviously, a vertical like that isn't for everyone, and I think that's okay. Um, there's certain verticals that are not for everyone, but I mean, I think choosing that one to sort of play, that's definitely what stood out for me, with how different this vertical is amongst the rest.
I mean, even the way it started.
Yeah.
I
Oh my
mean,
gosh.
I mean, uh, your character's parents are killed
Yep.
by her parents.
In the
I
first
mean,
episode.
it was like, huh?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Literally in
and
the first episode, my parents were ran over by her parents showing up to our wedding after party completely drunk. And I mean, the rest of the movie is what happens after that. So,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it was just like wow. Because I wondered when that happened, I go, well, what are they going to do now?
Right.
And then when they went through what they did, it was just like not what I expected. So
Right. Right. And I mean, also a testament to Kirby, who plays Lillian in that one. She
Yes.
obviously was an absolute joy to work with. And I mean, everyone on that set, obviously I was very like locked in my character, and there were some very intense scenes, but just shout out to that set for giving me the space and stuff that I needed. And everyone, I thought, just played their roles as truthfully as possible. And I think that's why it was a joy.
yeah,
Mhm.
Kirby's a great person.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, but I'll go. Before I go, I'm going to say, people, we still haven't. No one's guessed where that sweater comes from. What? No, nobody has said. If you don't ask with it, if you don't post something, Marsha's going to spill it during her next interrogation of Eric. So, Marsha, go right ahead.
Yeah.
You got 3 minutes, people.
Well, in looking at, I love to look at the inside of the actors that we come to enjoy on the screen, and I looked at your Instagram, and I noticed that you had a quote there. I think it's protecting my peace, and I wanted to know where that quote or that thought came from.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, I feel like whenever I can get myself to a state of peace, um, I mean, I'm living life with extreme bliss, and I think that's something in the world that we live in today, that I would like to spread, and I think it's very contagious. I think that when people are peaceful about their individual lives, it spreads, and I think if you can get that to spread all across the world, this world will be a better place. And I mean, I think that, like I said, with how many distractions and stuff that are in the world today, with obviously media, with social media, with all sorts of stuff. Obviously, there's good and there's bad, but it's really hard um, to walk through life with in a state of peace. I mean, I feel like every day it's just a mission of mine to protect my own peace, and I feel like it just makes me a better person. It makes me a happier person. It makes me love what I do. Um, so I mean, every single day, it's always a challenge to do, but it's always a mission of mine to protect my
Yeah.
peace.
I love that. Even the background where you are right now speaks to that.
Oh yeah, very
It's
peaceful. Yeah, I
it's
love it out here. It's
you're on the
great.
water. You've got you're with wildlife, and of
Yeah,
course, a pelican can come and carry you away any second. But
it could. I
other
might
than
let that
that,
happen. I might just let that happen.
well, and we haven't really talked about how you came to be an actor, an athlete. You're a model. What about acting swept you into this profession?
Yeah, I think that, I mean, it was the first thing that sort of got me away from um, sort of like my own mind. And obviously, we're all guilty of just kind of living inside of our own head a lot of the time. And I think acting was the first thing where, I mean, the very first short film I did a very, very long time ago. It was something that was extremely liberating. It was very freeing. And I mean, after we wrapped, I feel like I was a better person because of the character that I played. And I mean, that's why even as challenging as some of these characters are, I feel like there's so many takeaways that I have that just inspire me to be as good of a person as I possibly can be in my own individual life.
Mhm.
And I mean, just like filmmaking and the arts alone, I think we're all creative people. Was just something that inspired me so much because it resonates with so many different people, especially in this vertical world. So many people all around the world and all these beautiful countries that I never thought I'd be in connection with, but the vertical world and filmmaking has brought us all together. Um, so I mean, it's just being an actor is obviously absolutely everything for me. I want to do it until the day I die, and I love it with I love it so much.
That's really cool. And as a, we know you're a model. You've been a model, and you've done some book covers, I understand.
Yeah, yeah. So I started out modeling, actually going through school and stuff like that. A lot of like fitness modeling, some fashion modeling. Then I mean, then diving into the acting side of things. And I mean, with
Hmm.
that being said, then dove into the book cover world, which is really cool because it's still a form of acting and a form of modeling together. You're playing a character that's in the
Oh,
book. You're just on the cover of it. So yeah, it's fun.
well, that's
Fun.
interesting. So they tell you what characters you are in the book, or how does that
Yeah,
work?
well, you sort of shoot a certain theme,
Mm-hmm.
and then obviously the authors and stuff will look through a selection of photos, and then see if you match like the character that they sort of wrote, obviously in the novel, and then you guys will work together, formulate a cool cover, and there it is. It's actually a fairly simple process. It's
Mm-hmm.
something that was completely new to me, and it's such a joy, obviously, to work with talented authors around the world, and obviously that's a new large group of people that read these romance novels that
Oh
I'm not
yeah.
connected with. So it's great.
Mhm. We've had you probably know Eric Gilmet. He's a and he has done book covers as well, and he's done over 200 book covers, which
Yeah,
I wouldn't. So we need to get you two together as a, have a book cover competition.
that'd be cool. I mean, if he sold
Proposal.
200, yeah, if he sold 200, definitely swept me out of the water. I know he's been doing it for a while. We actually shoot with the same photographer for them. So we
Oh,
have like a mutual friend in that world. But yeah,
nice.
it'd be very cool to work with him one day. I've actually never worked in a vertical with him, so it'd be a fun time.
Yeah, and I see that you relate very well to your fans.
Oh my gosh! I mean, the fans are everything in this space. I mean, they lift you up whenever you're down. They support you the whole time, and I mean, they come from all around the world. They speak a bunch of different languages, and I think that just the vertical fan base alone is a very very loving, supportive group. So
Hmm.
I love all my fans.
Yeah. When I look at verticals and all the costuming that they wear, all the outfits, and what would you say is your personal style, your casual style? Yes, we're getting back to the sweater, everybody. Okay.
My personal style is probably a pair of baggy sweatpants, no shirt, and a backwards hat. Going on a run in the water. That is my personal style, and I
Ah,
never wear those in verticals. I'm usually in a three-piece suit
right.
or a button-up. So it's fun to be able to wear a
Hmm.
wide range of clothing.
Okay, and I think we may have somebody who may have the answer in the chat.
Yes, we
Ooh.
do. I'm going to throw it up for you, Marcia. It's from Samantha Kavanaugh. Isn't
And
it the one with Kirby?
yeah. So now, Eric, tell us the story of the sweater.
Yeah. So this was the one with Kirby. After I died, he went mad. I mean, that was a role that I love very much, and the costume team came in clutch and gave me a piece of clothing so I can remember the film. It's actually a super nice sweater. This was the one in the film that she
Yeah.
knitted for me, the one that I threw out of her hands.
Oh yeah.
Um, now I'm wearing it. I'm wearing talking to you guys. So I do love the sweater. Sebastian does not like the sweater, but I love the sweater.
Well, and it's so cool to hear the emotion that you'll have forever with you with a piece of the wardrobe, and it looks great on you. I mean,
Thank you.
you
Appreciate
didn't get to wear it in the show, but
I know. I mean, there was a later episode where, like, obviously it was the point where she was already gone out of my mind, and the sweater did
oh,
come
that's
back. So I'm
right. You're
happy.
right.
I'm
Yes,
happy
yes,
to have
yes.
kept it.
Yeah, yeah. So I know we're getting toward the end, but one of my favorite things to ask is, okay, there are a lot of reality shows now. They're competition shows, they're cooking shows, they're adventure shows, Survivor. If you, Eric Brody, had to pick a show to be on as a contestant, what do you think might be your choice? It can be.
Um,
Mhm.
Reality show. Yeah, I mean, it would be 100% the Special Forces show.
Oh,
I'm
I
not
love
too sure
that.
if you've seen that one. I mean, that's actually a legit bucket list. A bucket list role of mine is to live that out. I mean, I love adventurous things. I feel like I do a pretty damn good job. I am a little bit biased, but just watching that show excites the hell out of me. So, a chance to be on that would be incredible.
I can't tell you how that makes my heart so happy because I've watched all of them, all of the
Oh, it's
episodes.
awesome! It's such a good show. I love it.
And to see you go through and then toward the end and it's not really a winner, but it's to accomplish that would be
Right,
those
right.
the staff is wow.
Yeah, they are intense guys, which excites me even more going into it.
Hmm.
You mean I want to be crawling through the mud, diving over walls, jumping out of planes. I want to do it all for sure.
Wow, that's fantastic. So prizes to now, who was that who got the sweater? It was the sweater.
I'm sorry.
No, I
Having
was looking for the fan who guessed
Oh,
that it was Kirby.
Samantha.
Oh, it was Samantha. Yes.
Samantha
Yay,
got it right.
Samantha.
Yep. Well done, Samantha.
Excellent. So, Michael, did you want to take it?
yeah, I have to ask my question that I normally ask
Mhm.
because I haven't asked that yet. And I'm going to expand it a little bit. When did you do your first vertical?
First vertical was, I believe it was like March of 2023. Um, the first one was Pregnant by my MVP ex, the basketball role that I dove into, which is also one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
And we filmed that in Lithuania. So my first one
Oh
was
my.
My goodness.
So
over in
your first
Lithuania, which was
one
cool.
was out of the country.
Oh yeah, yeah, first one out of the
Wow.
country.
Did not realize that.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Now, this leads into the question that I ask everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So after you got back from Lithuania, and back then, not many people knew what verticals were. How did you explain it to your friends and family about what you did when when you said, "Oh, if you just went, I did a vertical drama," and they didn't know what you were talking about? How did you explain it to them, and probably how you're still explaining it to some other people that you run into?
Oh my gosh, it's always something that you're going to continue to explain for sure. First for a while, I was just saying movie because everyone would be like, "What the hell is a vertical?" Like, I still
Mhm.
can't wrap my head around it. So I was saying, "Oh, just doing a movie." Because at the end of the day, you're just acting. It's the
Yeah,
same
it's a
thing, just
movie. Yeah.
obviously flipped. But I mean, it definitely took time to understand that, like, when you watch a movie, the camera's horizontal. You're watching horizontally. This is vertical, tighter frames,
Mhm.
more facial expressions. So it took a bit of time. Then obviously you can sort of show them and watch the movie back. I mean, then there's sort of understanding more and more and more what the whole vertical thing is all about.
Yeah, that is very true. And then Aisha had a comment, and this is so true. She said, that demented bird in the background seems to just know when to make a noise.
It's very peaceful in my ears. I'm sorry if it's loud for you guys.
Oh well,
Yeah,
I
there's all
just think
sorts
it's
of birds in front of
hysterical. I mean, they're flying around back there. They're having a good time.
I love it.
They're doing their
I
own
love
vertical back there.
I think they want to get into a vertical. Like that's the problem.
Maybe, yeah. They're talented
So,
creatures back here. Definitely.
yes, there you go. But Marcia, do you have a closing question, or is that?
Well, I do. I want to know where we've talked about the progression of verticals. Where would you like to see them go next? Not talking about your next project, but is there some thought in your mind about one you might like to do, maybe a fantasy one or something like that? Or
Yeah, I mean, I definitely not shut down any ideas that'll limit me. All sorts of new genres really excite me. I think the thing that excites me most is obviously reading the breakdown, getting the script for the first time, um, and the character scaring me with complexity and not understanding a way in. I think characters like the Sebastian character that I played, that's vastly different. A lot of people would say no to is the characters that I say yes to, and the characters that get me out of bed with a smile on my face, but also a lot of nerves inside. Um,
Mhm.
that just excites the hell out of me. I think I want to obviously dive in more and more different genres. I'm a big
mm-hmm.
sci-fi guy. I think sci-fi vertical would be pretty cool.
Ah,
Not too sure if many
yeah.
of those have sort of been explored yet, but um, honestly, just like evolve with the space. I mean, there's nothing that I'm sort of gonna um, say no to. I'm definitely an open book. And I mean, any characters that projects see fit for and also excite me, I'm down to dive in.
Hmm. And I want to say I enjoy the versatility that you display in your verticals. You don't stick to one kind of character. You're all over. You play the good guy, you play the villain, you play the monster, you play the guy with a bunch of problems. And and I have seen your growth as an actor, may I say, over the course of what I've seen so far. And I'm so looking forward to a project the projects that you have coming up. Is there anything that you'd like to tell us that you can disclose to us that you have that we might see soon?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be diving into a project on Good Short here soon in a couple of days. I'm gonna be flying out. Um, I'm not gonna say what genre it is yet, but a lot of people have been wanting me to dive into this genre and move away from a certain type of character. So it's gonna be something that people are going to look forward to watching. And I've had about 2.5 weeks to prep for this character. I know this character inside and out, and I will commit my heart and soul to it. So I'm excited for my fans and people around the world to watch it. It's going to be, um, I mean, I can say it now, my favorite one that I've been exploring. So
Oh
I'm very
wow.
excited for this next project. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. And I really want to thank you for wearing that sweater today because it's brought a lot of fun to us and I appreciate you being here with us today.
Yeah, no,
Absolutely.
of course. And guys, thanks so much for having me. I mean, you guys are a big part of the vertical space just as much as I am. So thank you for all you guys do supporting us. It means a lot.
Well, we're glad to do it. And in closing, I'd like to thank you too. And please, please, please like, subscribe, and follow us. There's the links down there. And also, which we really didn't mention, but please follow Eric on his
Oh
Instagram
yes,
account.
yes.
Yes, please do that. There it is. And that O is in Brody is a 0. So just so people know that. So that's
Thank
why
you.
it looks
Thank you.
kind of funny. But that's a and that really makes a difference who you get. So
And we'd love to have him back too. So
Yeah,
yeah,
happy to be
absolutely. That
back
was
for
my
sure.
next thing. That was my next thing. And also, just after we go off, just stay with us a couple more minutes. I want to ask you some things offline.
Of course.
So, everyone, thank you all for coming. We will
thank
see
you,
you
Bob.
next time. We've got some more that I'm trying to schedule for the rest of the week. So, please look at our webpage, like, subscribe, and follow, or the Instagram. We'll have it up there. So, please take it easy, and we'll see you again. Bye bye.
Love you guys.
Later.